Welcome back to Football Talks, everybody, bringing you your up-to-date transfer news around the Premier League big guns on the 21st of May. And today we have an interesting transfer triangle in Liverpool, Barcelona and Manchester United. Not three teams you'd expect to be doing business together. But we're going to talk about Diaz, we're going to talk about Florian Wirtz, we're going to talk about Marcus Rashford and where the stance is from Barcelona on these deals that might actually affect what actually happens with the players involved, which is Wirtz, Diaz and Marcus Rashford. Now, Barcelona have an interest in both Marcus Rashford and Diaz at Liverpool. Now, let's just look at Diaz first of all. Diaz right now at Liverpool he's negotiating a new contract, is the word coming out from Liverpool. He's happy to stay, wants to commit his future to Liverpool. Do Liverpool need to sell Diaz to fund the Florian Wirtz deal? That, according to many sources, is no, it's not. We don't have to sell Diaz. Diaz can stay. Obviously, Liverpool are looking to reinvest after all the money that they saved in previous transfer windows over especially last season in Arne Slot's first season. But Arne Slot looking to make the most of, take advantage of the situation that he's got in front of him right now, which is Liverpool's financial fair play situation being probably the best that it's ever been, and probably one of the best and most comfortable in the Premier League right now through not spending a lot of money. Does Diaz have to go? No, apparently not. What do Barcelona and Marcus Rashford have to do with Liverpool, and what's happening with Florian Wirtz? Well, we just said then Florian Wirtz, Liverpool are looking to bring him in, obviously, and are looking to push this deal as far as it can go. Now, Liverpool don't have a problem with spending 126 million on Florian Wirtz. That's the major headline. They are all too willing to do it and go as far as it takes to get Florian Wirtz in. I think that this is maybe surprised by Leverkusen in the approach from Liverpool in saying that, yeah, we're happy with that. If you go out and you put a price tag of 126 million pounds on one player, you would usually put off the majority of the clubs in world football. But Liverpool's situation, as I've just described, off the back of winning the Premier League on top of that, and the prize money and the guarantees of being in the Champions League again next season, have put them in a very, very good financial position. Obviously, they've just sorted out the contract situation with Virgil van Dijk and with Mo Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold is leaving. Obviously, they're trying to offload Chiesa as well now, Liverpool. You're hearing about Harvey Elliott, obviously Alisson is also going. Big wage players off the books for Liverpool, and I said financially sound. So 126 million, they are happy to negotiate that with Bayer Leverkusen. Where did Bayern Munich come in on this one as well? Because we heard that they have obviously had a major interest after Manchester City dropped out of the race for Wirtz, saying it was too much for them. Bayern Munich have an agreement with Florian Wirtz on personal terms, but don't have anything in place with Bayer Leverkusen for the actual transfer fee for Florian Wirtz. Advantage, you would say, Liverpool. Now, German players don't usually like to leave Germany. Will Florian Wirtz leave Bayer Leverkusen and go to a different country and be one of very few young German players to leave the Bundesliga? I think that's the only hope that Bayern Munich have got right now. So Liverpool have gone in and attacked this transfer with Bayer Leverkusen and gone, fee sorted. There you go. Let's make this happen. Bayern Munich are coming in from the player front, which has always been the win for them in the past. So we'll see which one works out there. Liverpool don't necessarily have to sell Diaz to fund this deal for reasons I've just explained through Liverpool's financial situation being so strong. But Barcelona want Diaz. And Diaz is stuck in a little bit of a decision-making moment right now. Barcelona have always been interested in Diaz, and they're willing to transfer him into Barcelona this season. Obviously, treble winners under Hansi Flick and going great guns over in La Liga and Spain, and probably going to be attacking the Champions League again next year. So Diaz is in a very comfortable position right now. Liverpool champions, Barcelona champions, the two best divisions in European football right now. Which way would you go? But the Rashford side of things then creeps into this as well, because Rashford apparently is the second option for Barcelona. They want to go all in on Diaz, and then if it doesn't work out and he stays and signs a new contract at Liverpool, then they'll look to Marcus Rashford. But for some strange reason, Barcelona are only willing to transfer Diaz and not Marcus Rashford. They only want to loan Marcus Rashford. It's like nobody wants to fully commit to the I don't know what you want to call him, to this special case that is Marcus Rashford right now. There is clearly concerns about Marcus Rashford's temperament, his lifestyle. There has to be. Otherwise, why are you not committing to such a low fee? Manchester United are willing to take 40 million euros for Marcus Rashford, which is, you're approximately looking around about 35 million quid, which seems cheap for a player who was at the pinnacle of his career just 2 years ago and is still young and is still performing reasonably well like he has done for Aston Villa this season. Yesterday we spoke about if Tottenham win the Europa League final tonight, that they might be in for Marcus Rashford on loan. Nobody seems to want that full commitment on Marcus Rashford, which it does obviously start ringing alarm bells and starts waving red flags with Rashford. So that's an interesting situation, how this is developing. Manchester United just want Rashford out of the football club, we know this. Barcelona are not committing to him. Aston Villa look the most likely at the moment to want to take Marcus Rashford permanently. Spurs have come in with another loan offer if they do win the Europa League and get into the Champions League. There is so many different parts to this transfer situation that will trigger the other, particularly with Diaz and Rashford and Barcelona's situation, with Manchester United then knowing exactly where they stand with Marcus Rashford from the Barca front, because Barcelona has been the team that Marcus Rashford has held out for forever and a day, and nothing has really happened yet. But in all of this, talking about Diaz, talking about Marcus Rashford, the big news here is that Liverpool are fully committed into spending 126 million for one player. They're about to break the British transfer record for Florian Wirtz if they can convince a German player to leave the Bundesliga and not make that step up to just Bayern Munich, like all of them seem to want to do and always have done. Leverkusen are never going to want to help Bayern Munich out. Of course they're not. They're their rivals and have been title rivals for the last 2 seasons. So how is this one going to pay out? This is going to be intriguing because, like I said at the top of the show, I don't think Bayer Leverkusen thought somebody would actually come in and say, bang, there you go, we'll take him for 126 million. Particularly with Manchester City, I think Leverkusen would have thought that most of the big European clubs would have done exactly what Manchester City have done and said, that's a little bit too much. We'll wait it out another year and see when that contract runs down one more year if he's worth it then. We'll let you stay there. Liverpool are fully committed to spending that money, and I think they look at it and go, well, we could just buy one of the next best things in European football and world football right now and get him in our club and have that transfer seal. They are looking to make a big mark in the transfer window this summer. And with everything that's going on already, like we've spoken about with Liverpool, with Frimpong coming in, and obviously you're looking at Kirkes coming in from Bournemouth. If you add Florian Wirtz to that situation, then you're talking massive title favourites and big movers. Liverpool, bigger than anybody else this summer, I think, no matter what anyone else does. If Liverpool make this happen, then they will be seen as the biggest movers and probably winning the transfer battle over everyone. Interesting to see on the Liverpool front as well right now with McAllister and Real Madrid's approach for him. I'm not too sure how this one is going to pan out, but that would leave another hole in Liverpool's midfield. Obviously, with Endo looking to likely move on again, with Chiesa on the list, with Harvey Elliott on the list of players to move on. Liverpool have got a lot of work to do and quite clearly want to get their major signings in and out of the way early in the transfer window before they start to move other players on. So, Florian Wirtz, 126 million, which is absolutely ludicrous and is a British record. And you're looking at what happens with Diaz from this. Liverpool don't apparently need to sell Diaz, but Barca want Diaz, and Diaz has got a decision to make. If Barcelona don't get Diaz, then they will look to Manchester United to take Marcus Rashford. What does Marcus Rashford think about that? And does that show how far Marcus Rashford has fallen? That nobody wants to buy him. All they're willing to do is loan him because they don't want to take a risk on him. If that doesn't say the obvious more than anything else, then I don't know what will. Well, Marcus Rashford, I think all he can do right now is hope that he gets a decent club going into next season. Maybe he will have to drop his requirements. Maybe he'll have to drop his demands to try and get into that World Cup team because he needs to be playing football first and foremost. And there's no guarantee with anything right now. Get your comments in below. Let me know what you think about that. That is your update today. Obviously, it is Europa League final tonight, and everything after that is going to go into overdrive in the transfer situation and the transfer window, I think. So stay tuned for all of the updates past that. The season is drawing to a close, and things are only going to get busier. Comment below. Please make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well while you're at it, so you keep up to date with all the Premier League ins and outs throughout this what is going to be mega transfer window.